Now let's talk about the improvement here. If I delete an employee ID and hit enter, then everything disappears. Oh, let me do it. Okay. Okay, so what I did, I selected the data set and I converted it into a table, which was by pressing the Control T. And in the design tab, I changed the table name to emp data. Okay, that's step number one I did. Once I did the step number one of changing the table name to emp data, then I went back to my formula, and where I wrote A1 through B9, in that place I wrote emp data. Since my data set now has a name, I will just search through that data name. Now, the next thing, what we want to do is, let's say when the employee ID is not there anymore, my formula fails and says not applicable. And this is what I want to improve. So what I want to improve is by adding another thing called IfError. I don't know if you guys ever use, IfError before. IfError means if the formula result is giving an error, that means I want to show some kind of a message to the user, and that would be enter employee ID. So that's a message I want to display to the user instead of saying not applicable, right? Enter employee ID. So if we look up errors out, then that is the message that will be shown to the user. So now notice it says enter employee ID because employee ID was in blank. But if I enter an employee ID, then it replaces that with a proper name. Yeah.